All right, welcome to part 2 of our READ 536 Curriculum Innovation final project description. So to kind of go back to where we left off, this description of activities piece, really what we're looking for then is have you identified and explained kind of how students are going to be participating. Will they be doing this work on their own? Will they be grouped, working in partners, however it is that you're going to do it? I really am looking here for you to paint a picture of what is going on in the classroom during the instruction. So it should reference, your specific instructional decision making. So why are you grouping students a particular way? Why is the activity, the assignment, or this method of instruction a best practice? What theories are in action here or being applied? So really kind of what's happening in the classroom during the instruction, what does it look like, and showing evidence of what you used to make your decisions. Why did you choose these activities? What theories helped inform your decision making? What best practices helped inform your decision making? And then there should be mention of assessment of learning. So what are you using during the unit to assess student learning? Because this is only a unit, and it may be as short as a week, or it may be for intervention, and you work on one unit until students are ready to move to the next. I just put in assessment of learning. So it does not necessarily need to be some type of formal summative assessment or test or quiz, but rather how are you going, discuss how you're going to be able to know that students have learned in the unit. So maybe it's some of the work that they turn in or the activities that you look at. Perhaps it's questions that you ask if you're doing like phonics or phonemic awareness. It could be what you're listening for. So, obviously a very important part of teaching is knowing if someone has learned. And so how are you looking for that evidence? So this piece is really where everybody's project is going to look a little bit different too, because this is kind of how you choose to format this piece is really up to you. So these are a couple of ideas that I had in just thinking about it. So when you get to that program piece, I could see folks creating a template, right? So they might have a template, let's say, for each lesson or segment of the unit. Here's where you would describe what's happening, and then here you might discuss in short, like you did on all of your other templates, in short paragraphs or in bullet points, kind of what theories or what best practices are in action here. So you would have this describing of the lesson, and on this side you would have a direct describing of the theory or the best practice. So I also could see, oh, they didn't show up. Let me see here. So what I had here, and I guess it's not showing up in the PowerPoint, but I had you just describing the lessons here on a template, and then using the comment feature in Word to show where you were inserting your description. So let me see, hold on one second, and I'm going to fix the PowerPoint and put it into a different format. Okay, so I had to kind of take it out of slideshow in order for you to be able to see the comments. But what I thought is, you could create this template, and this would kind of look like the template that you might see at the beginning of a unit or a theme in a commercial program, and you would describe the objectives of the activities and what is happening in the lesson here, and then you could use the comment feature to do your descriptions. So let's say this was a particular activity. I could insert a comment, and inside that comment box is where I could describe why this is the best practice or that this is evidence of a particular theory in action. And so you could really kind of just do that all over the template, and then I could just scroll over and take a look at them as I'm grading. So I thought that was another way that you could lay it out. And you could use this feature many ways. You could have your stuff, written out in an outline form or on a lesson plan template, and you could use that comment feature to add your descriptions. So let me just go back to slideshow here. Okay. And the last idea that I thought you might be able to take advantage of was to use the existing unit and improve upon it. So you could actually go into your triangulated analysis and you could use the exact program that and the unit that you analyzed, and you can fix it. So based on your description of its weaknesses, go back in and fix all of the pieces that you felt were missing and make it better or improve it, because it's something that you would really do as a reading specialist, is you would figure out how to modify and adjust the program. I put a link here. Let's see if it's going to work. It's probably not going to be, my screencast screen isn't going to be big enough. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, that's just what I thought. Not big enough. Let me see if I can move this though. So here I just, online, and you can look at this in the PowerPoint, it was really just a unit that was already created. So if you're already in a school and you've got these unit templates, you could go ahead and you could take that existing unit and you could just improve upon it. So you'll see like this one has the text that you would use. It would have the objectives in there. So this looks like a pretty standard district unit plan. And you can go ahead, like I said, and you can look through it. I can't make the screen bigger. Once you start your screencast, you can't adjust the size of the screen while you're recording. But these are just a few ideas of how, let's see if I can move this now. It doesn't want me to move it. Okay. Of how you can go about kind of answering the question of what might your program look like. So I'm actually really curious to see how you guys conceptualize and apply what you've learned and how you make these. I think it'll also be not beneficial to you, but beneficial to future semesters of students to get to see how different ways that you can put this together. So it'd be really neat to have a bunch of them that were done well and be able to share those next semester and semesters after that with students. So my advice would be obviously to listen to this screencast, to take a look at the more narrative description that I've put on the Titanium site for what you need to do for this assignment, and then to look closely at the grading criteria sheet. So I'd have ascribed particular amount of points to certain sections, so you can take a look. So that should give you kind of an idea of what I'm looking for, and I lifted the criteria right off the narrative and then repeated that information again in this screencast. This is pretty much what we're working on for the rest of the semester. I will have next week for week 15, you will be working in your groups on this project, so I'll have some prompts for you guys to participate with one another in terms of working on this assignment. So you will have some stuff that is due that end of week 15, and then I'm going to have the whole project due by May 27th, and so that we don't have a final, so you've got about 20 days to work on this assignment, so that should be sufficient. If you were working in pairs on this, a few of you are, you can decide whether or not you want to continue to work in pairs, and you can turn in one assignment, or you can go ahead and you can both create your own assignment. Just make sure that I know what you chose, so that you both have a grade represented. Besides that, go ahead, and if you have any questions, you can email them to me and I will get back to you. And other than that, I look forward to seeing the results of this assignment.